Welcome back, guys. I am so sorry. I've been looking today at how long it's been since I've uploaded a video like this, and I've said over the last week that I'm going to get this video up. It's been a bit delayed, I've been super busy, but we're back, and I promise you I'm going to upload as many fitness videos as I can between now and the end of the year, and of course beyond that as well. I hope you guys are really excited for Toby Jesus transformation. It's already started. We're in week 1. The first video is already on my channel. The second video is going to be out hopefully by tomorrow, so look out for that. If you're new around here, please make sure you hit the subscribe, and if you are subscribed, please make sure your notifications are switched on. I have been doing a lot of live streaming over the last couple of weeks, but it's been quite late at night. Some of them, apologies for that. It's just because I've been working quite late and live streaming afterwards. In those live streams, I answer as many of your questions as possible, and the most common question that I've been getting, which is why I decided to do a whole video on this, is should I bulk or cut? People have been consistently writing in the streams and in my videos for quite a while now their age, their height, their weight, and should they bulk or cut? And the most common question that I've had over the last 5 months since starting my channel is, I'm skinny fat, should I bulk or should I cut? So I decided to make this video so you guys can work out which one is the right one for you to be doing right now where you are. So first of all, I think it's important to make sure that all of you guys are very clear on what bulking and cutting is. A few of you guys are actually in the streams haven't been quite so sure. So bulking is a process you go through to gain weight. When you bulk, you want to gain as much lean muscle mass as possible. Some people do what's called a clean bulk, and some people do what's called a dirty bulk. A clean bulk is something that I prefer. A clean bulk is when you eat very clean, you gain as much mass as you can in the most healthiest way possible. A dirty bulk is where you don't really care what you eat, you just eat as much as possible. You might eat takeaway, you might eat greasy food, and you just do whatever you can to get the calories in. The problem with that is not very healthy, and you're more likely to gain a little bit more fat. You don't recover as well from training as you would on a clean bulk. A clean bulk also, at the end of your bulking period, you won't have gained as much fat, which makes the leaning up after your bulking period easier. So the typical cycle of someone skinny or someone wanting to gain weight, going to the gym, they bulk up, they gain muscle, they gain a little bit of fat at the time when they're bulking up, and then at the end of that bulking they'll do a little cutting period to get rid of the fat that they gained and really look lean. Now, cutting is when you want to reduce your body mass. You want to reduce your body mass but keep as much muscle as possible. So cutting is for people who are primarily trying to lose weight and lose fat, whether that is at the end of your bulking cycle when you're trying to lean up, or whether that is because you are overweight and you just want to reduce your body fat. So there is one group of people that actually are a bigger percentage than they may think, and that is people who are skinny fat. So if you are skinny fat, there are quite a lot of people in your position. So skinny fat is when you don't have much muscle, you're not really overweight, you look kind of fine in a t-shirt, but when you take off that t-shirt you might have quite flabby arms, even though they're really small. You might have a little pot belly kind of look. So if you are skinny fat, what should you do? Should you bulk or should you cut? The problem for skinny fat people is if they cut, they're just going to look skinny. If they bulk, there's a potential that they will gain more fat. So the best way to decide whether you should bulk or cut is looking at the percentage body fat that you have. Now there's a few ways that you can measure your body fat, and the easiest way is by using a bioelectrical impedance monitor. Now that's basically a weighing scale that measures your percentage body fat. Unfortunately, it's not 100% accurate, and it really is important that you make sure you're well hydrated every single time before you use it, because hydration does actually affect the reading that you will get. So if you are dehydrated, you will get a much higher percentage body fat reading. If you're really hydrated, your body fat will read a little bit lower. So if you're going to measure your body fat, make sure you're quite hydrated. Now if you don't have the scales at home, they are quite expensive to just buy a set, but you can go down to your local chemist. I know pretty much every boot store have them, so you can get weighed. They measure your body height, they measure your BMI, and they also measure your percentage body fat. Now if you're skinny fat and your body fat comes out around 16-17% or under, I would go for a bulk. For sure, if you're over 20% body fat, you definitely want to be trying to cut a little bit of that fat away first. The problem is if you start a bulk at 20% body fat, you might end up higher than that. You might end up around 25% body fat. Of course, as you bulk up, not only do you gain muscle, you also gain a little bit of fat. When you're above 20% body fat, you have a slightly decreased level of testosterone. You also are less sensitive to insulin, and you're actually a little bit more insulin resistant. And being insulin sensitive is really important for bulking, because insulin plays a key role in bulking. So one of the things insulin does in the body is opens up the cells for them to be able to absorb and take more food. It's a really important hormone that we need for bulking. And when your percentage body fat is too high and you're more insulin resistant, you're not really able to absorb all of those proteins, carbohydrates and nutrients into the cell. However, if your body fat percentage is down under 16-15%, it's a great time to start bulking, because your body fat's not going to rise up into the 25% unless you do a really dirty bulk. You do have a slightly high testosterone and you are more insulin sensitive. So I know some of you guys are thinking, what should I do if I'm 18%, 19% body fat? Well, you guys kind of fit between the two, which means that you can either go for a cut or you can either go for a bulk. If you do bulk at 18-19% body fat, just make sure it's a really clean bulk because you don't want to be ending up around 25 or even 30% body fat. So they're the figures I like to work with. I hope it helps some of you guys. It's been a question that so many of you have asked me. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I do try to reply to pretty much every comment on the video, so make sure you leave a comment down below. Also guys, I would really appreciate if you did like the video and it helped you in any way, please drop a like. Look out for tomorrow, the transformation with Toby is coming out. Thanks for watching guys, I look forward to seeing you soon.